Mayor Colin Reed says it's thanks to the public that Phase 2 has gone so well. And Phase 3 will be starting tomorrow, Friday, June 12th.
All right. And on Saturday, over 1,300 people will be doing just that, jumping in the water. Right now, it's about 15 degrees. We were testing the water out, but we are freezing for a reason.
Time to take a look at what's trending now. The movie theater chain AMC says nearly all of their U.S. locations will be open by the end of this month. Well, good evening, Lauren. Yes, over the weekend, one local superintendent even wrote a letter to her community explaining her concerns with reopening schools and calling for more statewide solutions. Police say they are still searching for suspects at this time, but reports show that 2 men were seen pushing their way into Martin's home here on North Avenue. And fall sports can start practicing on September 8th. For years now, the secret Valentine's Day Phantom has been hanging up these hearts all around Montpelier. But this year, the Phantom decided to spread the love across the state. Behind me right now is the Moran plant, which was originally built in the 1950s as a coal-fired power plant. To enter the giveaway, students in grades kindergarten through grade 6 should simply draw a picture of something they want to be when they grow up or a job they're interested in, and then their parents or guardians should take a picture of the drawing and upload it to social media. And whether it be virtual or inside the classroom, special educators say they will do what they can to make sure their students get what they need. Reporting in Peru, New York, Courtney Adelman. Good morning and happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us here on Local 22 News this morning. I'm Courtney Adelman. Police are looking into a fatal crash involving a pedestrian in Mendon last night. We have breaking news coming from the Queen City this morning. There's currently a heavy police presence on Walnut Street in Burlington's Old North End. Our Local 22's Brittany Weir is live at the scene gathering details now. Brittany, what do we know so far? There are continued questions about whether or not Cuomo can do his work while facing multiple investigations. This comes as state leaders begin negotiating a massive budget. Well, Vermonters 16 and older with high-risk health conditions will be able to sign up to get a COVID vaccine today. After a 6-4 vote, Rutland High School will get a new mascot. The city's Board of School Commissioners voted to approve the Rutland Ravens. Now, Anna, how is this trial different from Trump's first trial? Over in New York, the mayor of Plattsburgh and his family are quarantining after exposure. President Biden is calling on Congress to pass an immediate increase in the federal minimum wage from $7.25 to $15 an hour to help struggling families. And with today being the presidential inauguration, the FBI has put out a warning of possible protests at all state capitals. And Local 44's Brittany Weir is live at the Vermont State House in Montpelier. Brittany, what does it look like out there right now? Well, we're getting a little tacky here on the morning brew. As you can see, we're all wearing our ugly holiday sweaters. And that's because it is National Ugly Sweater Day.
Definitely.
I don't know if you guys can see, but mine says, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Yep.
It was quite the rush when I did find it. I was very happy, mostly just to give this man his leg back, to be able to help a fellow Vermonter.
After seeing a post on Facebook about a man who had lost his prosthetic leg while skydiving, farmer Joe Marzolkowski was on alert.
It was a pretty rare situation to be able to find it. It's a very large area.
Marzolkowski found the leg in his soybean field, about 1.5 miles from Vermont Skydiving Adventures in West Addison, where double amputee Chris Marquis went to take a jump.
My adrenaline was up so much from where the leg was recovered and where the jump site was. I must have lost it immediately after leaving the plane. I never knew until almost 20 seconds before we landed.
Marquis was harnessed to an instructor and landed safely. But after landing, the fear of losing his leg for good started to set in.
So much of my day-to-day life that relies on the prosthetics.
And that's when Marquis posted on Facebook asking people to look in the area.
And I kind of zigzagged across the fields. And then when I was giving up, headed back, that's when I spotted it.
After falling from about 9,500 feet, the leg appeared to be intact with just a little scratch. And although Chris may have temporarily lost his leg, he says what he gained from the experience is worth so much more.
One, I got my leg back, but the thing I really gained through all this was a new friend.
Chris did offer a cash reward for finding his leg, but Joe said he didn't want it. Instead, the two agreed to go skydiving together using that money. Reporting in Burlington, Courtney Adelman, Local 22 News.
We received a call of shots fired here at 126 North Avenue.
Police say Steve Martin was found inside the home, seriously wounded, around 11:30 Sunday night. He was immediately rushed to UVM Medical Center.
And then the person was pronounced dead shortly after arrival at the hospital.
Vermont Senate President Pro Tem Tim Ashe lives near the North Avenue home and says the shots woke him up.
You know, it's one of those noises when it's in such close proximity that, you know, even a deep sleeper gets roused pretty quickly from that, and so it's just a horrible situation.
Ashe says he drives by the house several times a day.
This is not the first time there have been gunshots in this neighborhood. It doesn't make it any easier each time it happens. Obviously, a fatality just adds more shock to the whole situation.
Reports show 2 men took off from the scene in a black vehicle Sunday night.
There's kids all over the place. Obviously, it's a major thoroughfare for people walking and biking, and so if it had been earlier in the day, it could have been an innocent bystander who was killed. So it's just really horrible. I think gun violence in our society is just out of control, and this is just the latest example.
Burlington police are still investigating, along with help from the Vermont State Police.
And we will continue to work around the clock until we find the people responsible for this.
Reporting in Burlington, Courtney Adelman, Local 22 News.